Hi everyone, welcome back again to our series on developing our persuasive writing skills. Now we've been really proud of the work that's been coming in. It was awesome to see yesterday the way that people were able to work on their words of high modality and just understand that that means really strong words. Today, we're going to start a bit of a planning process. Today, we're going to use the plan that you wrote last week, all about whether you thought being famous would be the best thing in the world or not. We're going to turn that into a persuasive writing draft. Then the next step is tomorrow, we're going to go through your piece of writing step by step and edit and make sure we have some things like rhetorical questions and connecting words and words of high modality to make it really persuasive. And then on Thursday, you're going to publish your piece of writing. And on Friday, we'll go back to Flipgrid Friday. So welcome to today, where we will go through together how to turn the plan that you wrote on the Oreo planning sheet into your first draft, your first piece of writing. Let's have a look together first at the structure, and then I'll show you exactly how it works. Now, watch very carefully today. And if you need to go back and watch again to understand what I'm asking you to do, that's okay. You can pause and rewind at any point. So we're going to have a look at the structure today of a persuasive text. Now, it's going to have an opening statement, that's your opinion, which you wrote down in the opinion. The O of Oreo has your opinion on the statement. Then there's a series of arguments, that's convincing reasons to support your opinion. And in our Oreo planning sheet, which I'll show you in a minute, you had your reason and example, reason and example, reason and example. That becomes your series of arguments. Easy. And then we wrap it up with a brief summary of what our opinion is to conclude it. So this is what it will look like. Your opinion, your reasons and examples, or this one says explanations, but we're saying examples, and then your opinion again at the end. The Oreo. Now, I like to say when I teach my class that an Oreo is great, but I actually like to have lots of stuffing. See this white stuff in the middle? We call that the stuffing of the Oreo. I like to have an Rio, and I say to my kids, just remember, Rio, because then we have 3 lots of reasons and examples, our series of arguments. So we'll have our opinion, our reason and the example that go together make 1 paragraph. Your next reason and example that go together make another paragraph. The third reason and example go together and they make the next paragraph. And then your opinion at the end makes another paragraph. And see how I've broken it up here with the spaces in between to show you the paragraphs. So by the end of today, you will have written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs in your persuasive text, your draft. Let's have a look at an example together so you can see one that's already been written. I'll point out the Rio. It's a bit tricky to remember. And we'll also have a look to see if they've got rhetorical questions or words of high modality. So I'm going to read it to you first, and then I'm going to go back and show you the Oreo in the text. So we'll be looking for these things. So the title here is School Lunchtimes Should Be Longer. In this first paragraph, their opinion, the O, lunchtime at school is simply too short. Don't children deserve a proper break from their schoolwork to eat, play, and exercise? For the benefit of all children, school lunchtime should be longer. First of all, children have too little time to play during lunchtime. By the time everyone has washed their hands, sat down, eaten their lunch, and had a drink, there is no time left to play. Children look forward to lunchtime, and it is extremely unfair that there is not enough time to play and enjoy their break. Also, children have to share the play equipment. This means waiting your turn. Because lunchtime is so short, some children do not get a turn on the equipment. How do you think this makes them feel? Thirdly, children need more time outdoors to re-energize for the afternoon ahead. Fresh air and exercise is so important to the mental and physical health of children. If lunchtime was longer, concentration levels would improve. In conclusion, school lunchtime needs to be extended. Children need more time to eat, play, and exercise. Now, it was quite easy to see the o broken up here with the paragraphs. See this first paragraph here? This was the writer's opinion, the O in Oreo. Then they started a new paragraph with this connecting little phrase here, first of all, and they gave their first reason, which was children have too little time to play, and their examples of having to wash their hands and all of those things that go with the reason. That's the first reason and example. Then they've started another paragraph with the connecting word also, and they've given their next reason, which is children have to share their play equipment, and their example of having to wait a turn and wait for the play equipment. That goes together in a paragraph here. Then they say another connecting word, thirdly, another reason, children need to re-energize, and then the example of why the exercise is so important. And that makes the third in o. And then have a look, they've started a new paragraph for the opinion at the end. This is the last O in Oreo. So we have, oops, I've gone forward. Let me just go back. So we have O, O. And together, all those things make a wonderful persuasive text. I'll just point out, I bet you notice the rhetorical questions here. The questions that don't need answering, but that really just get the reader thinking about what the writer is trying to say. And another one here. Don't children deserve a proper break from their schoolwork to eat, play, and exercise? Rhetorical question. And then they had the connecting words, which I pointed out. And they had the words of high modality like would improve. Their concentration levels would improve, not they might improve, they could improve, but the very strong word would. So they had some words of high modality. Here, look at this. Children need more time. Very strong words there. So as I just pointed out, the words of high modality were throughout. And as you're writing yours today, make sure that you've got those very strong, convincing words there. So today, you're going to turn the Oreo planning sheet that you did last week into your opinion, your reasons and example, reason and example, reason and example, and your opinion again at the end. This is what it looks like, and you've already filled this out. And so your opening paragraph is going to have your opinion, and it would be great to include a rhetorical question in there as well. So a little bit more detail would be great when you write it on the paper. Then these two go together to make your first in Rio. These two go together to make your second one, and these two go together to make your third one. Each of these things is in its own paragraph, and you can expand on it a little more with some more detail, some rhetorical questions, some connecting words, and some words of high modality. If you watch this video and you weren't quite sure what to do, my suggestion is to go back and watch it again, because sometimes seeing it the second time through helps make a little bit more sense. Now you're going to write your draft today in your take-home, your at-home remote learning book, the green one that you did your writing in last term. If you don't have that at home, write it on a piece of paper, but just keep in mind you're going to need it again tomorrow, because we're going to edit it tomorrow. So by the end of today, you should have 5 paragraphs with the information that you wrote down last week about whether it would be the best thing in the world to be famous or not. Your writing will have lots of rhetorical questions, words of high modality, some connecting words, and definitely the reasons and examples go together. When you finish that, upload a photo of your draft to your class seesaw. Your teacher will have a look and give you a bit of feedback, ready for you to do the editing tomorrow. We look forward to seeing you put it all together in a persuasive text draft today. And I can't wait to read all about your opinions and your reasons and examples about whether you'd like to be famous or not.